Boom. Yeah. Is that a plane? It's a plane. Is that a flame? That's a flamethrower. Huh? It's the Big Hodge Media Podcast. You heard all of those noises because I'm trailblazing, baby. Trailblazing. Nah, I'm trailblazing. Stop playing with me. Anyway, Big Hodge here. Today's topic on season 2, episode 2, is we're going to be talking about visuals. We're going to be talking about locations. And we're going to talk about those distractions in your visuals and locations. Maybe even throwing a little technical. But yeah, we're talking about visuals, right? So I have the vlog that I want to go ahead and make sure that I'm consistent with on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, you can check out my YouTube channel called Big Hodge Media Podcast, or Big Hodge Media NYC. Either three, you enter those three handles, and I'm pretty sure I'll be the first to pop up. Let's try to get this channel to 1,000 subs before the end of October. Let's get it up to 1,000 subs. Go ahead and click the subscription and get the notifications up. If you want to, feel free to get in contact with me or interact with me on there. You could leave a comment. Leave a comment on there. Any questions, I'm always liable to answer. So hit me up in the comment section. If you have any ideas or things that you think I should talk about, or things that you would like for me to review and discuss, just feel free to hit me up in the comments. You could also hear the Big Hodge Media Podcast. That's the podcast, where it's all audio. You can hear it on YouTube. You can hear it on SoundCloud. You can hear it on Spotify. You can hear it on Apple Music. You can hear it on, Amazon. You can hear it on Amazon. And I just got notified that it's on iHeartRadio. So there's more than enough sources to hear this podcast. We talk about tech talk, media, and lifestyle. That's what we do here on the Big Hodge Media Podcast. Last episode, I was discussing on my vlog, or on my podcast about the vlog, I was discussing visuals. The episode has been in motion for my 5 favorite locations in New York City. I tell you what, this thing is a pain in the ass. I'm not going to lie to you, it's been a pain in the ass. To be a daily vlogger, it takes a lot of time. And time is something that I'm very pressed for. So what I'm trying to do is provide a visual vlog once a week. That's once a week. Anyway, the episode already started going in motion, talking about the 5 favorite places that I like to go in New York City to shoot. And it was impossible for me. I'm telling you, in 1 day, 2 days maybe, it was impossible for me to get around to all these places between editing and doing work for other companies, my freelance work. Yeah, I I went to one location. I was out in the Gowanus, Red Hook, and Smith Street, and like the Sunset Park, and around that area, the lower part of Brooklyn, and almost close to downtown. And getting the BRoll. There's never enough shots in BRoll. Scrambling around, walking around. I drive, by the way. So first of all, I had to go park, and then I walked about a mile. I was scrambling around, getting all the B-roll shots, discussing, knowing where my shot list, my shot list was pinpointing what I needed to get done. And a majority of the shots, since we was discussing sliders, was on a slider. And boy, toting around a mini tripod, a backpack full of goods, and a slider in 80-degree weather. I looked like freaking grilled cheese out there. I was melting. It was fun, but also I had the obstacle of the sun, creating tons of flares on my ND filters, and my monitor. I have a Field World 5-inch monitor, 4K input, and it was just a pain in the ass just trying to find a decent spot and set up and lav up and go ahead and get the main shots where I'm talking and describing the situation, talking about the locations. And it was a pain. I can tell you what, 3 hours, I was able to get one location under my belt. One location, man. I'm telling you, it's a pain in the ass. But nonetheless, the episode will be done. And with talent and tech, we're able to call it audible and improvise. We're able to improvise. I'm gonna chop up that episode. I'm gonna chop up that series. You should stay tuned. Yeah, you should stay tuned for it today. I think I might drop it today. I'm gonna go put some finishing touches on it, edit it up real quick. I'm gonna simultaneously drop the visual and the audio today, so that should be cool. But yeah, those were the distractions and the locations and the visuals and all in one slew, one pocket. That was what all three was. We was talking about technical stuff that was going on between the labs, making sure I have enough batteries, the lighting, just blazing flares through my ND filter. I was shooting on the Sony a6500 with the Sigma 16 1.4, and those things are sharp. Those lenses are very sharp for an APS-C sensor camera, and I always get the money shot, but just for some reason there was just flares just right above my head, just being a distraction in the visual. But we still went ahead with it. I think the raw and cut sometimes is a good aspect to connect with the people, to let them know like, hey, this is the message, this is what I'm trying to get out anyway. People could appreciate that. And yeah, walking around for about an hour trying to make sure that I get these shots out the way. The labs was just deforming my shirt, making sure, and then I'm doing all this solo. Then I also had people stopping me on the way as I was breezing through the neighborhood, asking for pictures or asking me if I was a YouTuber or if I was working for a TV station. I had this one fellow gentleman come up to me. He's a fellow videographer, and he was telling me a couple of situations of how he's handling his business, how he's up and coming. And he told me a quick story. We spoke for about maybe a quick 4 or 5 minutes, and he told me a story, and I told him, look, don't let any of the distractions or any obstacles discourage you, because this is your passion, this is what you love doing. So just keep pushing forward, stay in contact, and we could possibly collaborate. So we exchanged information, and it was a pleasant experience. I like connecting with people, and it's all for the love of the art. And business and everything else happens in between, because this is what we love to do. So XYZ connected up. All right, so let's talk about some technical stuff. Let's talk about some lovely Sony release. Well, should be getting released. Sony is going to release a new APS-C of the Alpha series, the Sony a6600. It has better battery life, faster eye focus for video and photo. It has a better battery grip and better IS. Then they have also released a 16 to 55 Sony G Master 2.8. This thing is very sharp. It's very balanced. It's very well balanced when it comes to camera ergonomics. I don't know, like Sony released the a6100, the a6400. Well, they are going to be releasing this a6100 and the a6600 at the same time. The 6600 is going to be more towards vloggers and prosumers, and a6100 is going to be more for the beginners. So what we have is the a6000, the a6100, the a6300, the a6500, and the a6600. All released within a years to 2 years period. It's a great camera. It's a great reliable camera for those who want to just create content. But the one thing that I'm very, very excited for is the battery life, and the better focus. Sony has never had a problem with its focus. It's always had a fast focusing system. But now it's just like keen on eye. It locks on your eye, and we can't go wrong with that. With the flip up screen and all these new accessories coming out for the Sony Alpha series, I love it. I'm excited. I say thumbs up. It's an upgrade for me. I definitely will get that as a B camera, or I could possibly even sell my A7 III and use it as an A camera, because full frame necessarily isn't important to me. It gives a beautiful look, but it isn't important to me. I'm a YouTube content creator. Plus, with all the compression, that's all I can say. That's all I could go. Just give me my image, make it beautiful, color graded, make it nice and sharp. Let's roll. Let's continue conveying these stories. That's my drive. Let's keep getting these stories out, because that's what I am. I'm a storyteller through images. Let's make it happen. So yeah, the Sony A6600 gets a thumbs up for me. It gets an upgrade for me, and I'll possibly be investing into it. I'm possibly going to be investing into that 16 to 55 G Master at 2.8. That's like an all-around performer right there. No need to have a bunch of lenses. Big Hodge Media Podcast. Boom. Social media. You can catch Big Hodge on Instagram. That's right, Instagram. At Big Hodge Media NYC on Instagram. You can catch Big Hodge Media on Twitter via at Big Hodge Media. That's right, at Big Hodge Media. Let's talk YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Just like I said before, let's get this up to 1,000 subs right before the end of October. You can leave all your impressions that you feel. I will constantly leave links in the description to these other various podcast listening channels. You can check me out on Apple Music. You can check me out on Spotify. You can check me out on Amazon. You can check me out on iHeartRadio. You can check me out on SoundCloud. I'm all over, baby. Just check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. It's a wrap for this episode on the Big Hodge Media Podcast, where it's tech talk, media, and lifestyle, buddy.